You got that Pam Bondi. I don't know if you saw that Pam Bondi hearing. That was
She crashed out.
She absolutely crashed out talking about like the Dow when they're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
did you have any knowledge about these pedophiles on this island? Were they trafficking people?" She's just like, "Who cares? The Dow is 50,000." It's just like, are you fucking serious, bitch?
Ex- that's what I'm
Holy
saying.
shit! I couldn't
I'm
believe that.
glad
My
I put
jaw
my
was on the
tinfoil
floor.
hat
I'm
on
just
2
like,
years ago.
yeah, I don't know what to make of that. It's so cartoonish and insane. I mean, that's just the American. I mean, if somebody from some foreign guy asks you what it's like to live in America, well, like the American government's like, just play them that video of this Pam Bondi flipping out and
Mhm.
shrieking, like refusing to answer questions about this elite financier and human trafficker involved with all these American politicians and celebrities. Just like, what are we doing here in this country, man? It's absolutely insane, but I don't know. I mean, there's all sorts of reactions from it. You get right wing, left wing reactions to it. People are jumping up and down and freaking out. And, it's just like, I mean, I think, trust in American institutions is already at like a generational low. So this
Mhm.
is really, this is really not helping the cause. I think a lot more people are going to be really distrustful now. And I think we're going to see some crazy stuff happening. I think a lot of people might take justice into their own hands. We might have a couple of Mangione situations happening. I don't know, man. But Americans just had enough. We've had enough, and this whole
Well, I was
thing,
gonna say it's what's been going on, I think, for
yeah,
the last 120 years
just
that
about,
we're starting to see and go, "Ooh, interesting how all this kind of falls out." So
yeah,
you're right. Spielberg's got a new movie coming out called The Age of Disclosure, and that's kind of what I think all this is behind is a
yeah,
lot of big private tech wars that truly they all have an idea of how to harness and use, but they don't have the ability to get patents on because everything's considered a state secret, with it being all considered nuclear. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how we leak a lot of the future tech stuff out because I was listening today, and again, David Icke brought up the
yep,
conversation of he said, now, if this was 15 to 20 years ago, if this was 20 years ago, and I was talking to you about like sitting in a room where there's open waves of information that's streaming through that we can go right into a device.
yeah,
Essentially, if I explained Wi-Fi to you 20 years ago, you tell me I was fucking nuts,
yep,
right? Now, if I explained it to you now, you would say, "Oh yeah, it's Wi-Fi," right? And he goes, it really just comes down to the education piece. So I think the
yeah,
more people educate themselves on this stuff and not hide away from it, right? And that's why you say conspiracy. That
hmm,
term was invented by the CIA to really take something that sounded a little too scary. And if you say conspiracy, it puts it in a closet and locks it away. And now it's unbelievable. Right.
yeah,
So we've been programmed to think that. So if you take that concept out, or you go, okay, everything they told me was a fucking lie, or was a conspiracy, let's fact check it. You're going to
hmm,
start to try to put pieces together and make sense of it. Now, is everything true? No. But you start to see patterns, you start to see these reoccurring themes,
hmm.
and then you start to see the cause and effect. And then you just so happen to see what's going on right now. And you think to myself, this is a little crazy.